Hello and welcome back to the All New News, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look into the upcoming Marvel Disney Plus series Hawkeye and giving you all you need to know before you watch the show. Hawkeye is a 6-episode series that airs its first 2 episodes on November 24th and concludes on December 22nd. The official synopsis states, while in New York City post-blip, Clint Barton must work together with the young archer Kate Bishop to confront enemies from his past as Ronin in order to get back to his family in time for Christmas. So, just as mentioned, Hawkeye, aka Clint, has reconnected with his family after the events of Endgame, opting to retire from the action. Jeremy Renner has portrayed Hawkeye in the MCU since 2011, with the character making 5 on-screen appearances with an additional voice cameo in Black Widow. First appearing in the first Thor movie as a cold and calculating S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, Clint Barton served as a secondary antagonist to the God of Thunder. He continued to streak as an antagonist in 2012's Avengers when he was possessed by Loki, until finally becoming one of the heroes of the Battle of New York and establishing himself as one of the first official Avengers of the MCU. After the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Winter Soldier, Clint, along with the rest of the Avengers, hunted down the remains of Hydra until the rise of Ultron. During Ultron's reign of terror, the Avengers used Clint's family home as a refuge, exposing his softer side that defines the character today. During the crisis, Clint formed a connection to Wanda Maximoff, inspiring her to join the team. When eventually General Ross came for Wanda with the Sokovia Accords during the events of Civil War, Clint had no choice but to join Team Cap to aid Wanda. His care for his family and relationship to his friends, most obviously seen with his fellow agent Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, makes up for his lack of superpower. This intense connection he shared with his loved ones, severed by Thanos' universe-altering snap in Infinity War, sends Clint into a depression that turned him into Ronin, the ruthless killer we see in Endgame. And with that, we come full circle back to the events of the upcoming series. Besides Hawkeye, the show will co-star Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. The series will follow her beginnings in the MCU and end with her likely taking on the mantle of Hawkeye. From what we know, Kate will be masquerading as Ronin, using the alias to be a vigilante hero in her own right. Much like Clint, Bishop is extremely skilled with the bow and arrow, an expert martial artist, swordsman, and master acrobat. Oh, and we can't forget about Lucky, the fabled pizza dog, the duo's faithful furry friend. Once he saved Hawkeye, losing an eye in the process, and in return, Clint took him in. It's important to note that there is a long-standing precedent in the comics for Kate Bishop to also be Hawkeye simultaneously with Clint Barton, so this is nothing new that the MCU is doing, so hopefully fans won't be too harsh on her. Aside from Kate though, some other notable characters that will be making appearances in the series include Echo, a deaf martial artist and athlete who can perfectly copy another person's movements, very similar to Taskmaster in Black Widow. In the comics, she was Kingpin's adopted daughter and was the original Ronin. She will likely start as an enemy to our protagonists, like we've seen in the trailers, but turn a new leaf by the finale, especially since she has that upcoming show. Additionally, and spoilers for Black Widow if you haven't seen it, Yelena Belova, the new Black Widow and Natasha's younger sister, will be hunting down Clint on orders from Val, who you saw in Falcon and Winter Soldier, still under the impression that he killed her sister. For now though, that's all we have from official sources and trailers on the characters, so really, we don't know too much about the show overall. However, there have been a few rumors and leaks. Before we jump into those, we thought we'd mention the Matt Fraction, David Aja 2012 to 2015 Hawkeye comic book run, which heavily inspired at least parts of this series. From all we've seen so far, they have directly ripped certain elements and fit them into the MCU. Take the Disney Plus Day clip, for example. And while I'm sure the context is different, it is almost identical to issue 3 of that series. The car, the conversation, the costumes, the goons, aka the tracksuit Draculas, and I hope we'll be hearing a lot of bro in the show. All of it. It is just further proof that the show is borrowing from the comic. The posters even are taken straight from the comic book covers. In general though, go read this amazing run if you want to see what the show is based on. Now for some of you, the main event, the leaks. Warning though, this is likely a spoiler, and stay away from the rest of this video if you want absolutely nothing from unofficial sources. Anyway, the most prominent and important leak thus far is that Kingpin will be making an appearance played by Vincent D'Onofrio from Marvel's Daredevil. It won't be the same exact character, but very similar. And Vincent D'Onofrio's recent social media activity has essentially confirmed it. I mean, come on, Vincent. You can't just tweet these things and pretend like we don't notice. If he does appear, though, it will mark his first in the MCU officially and the first time since Daredevil Season 3 in 2018. His connections with Echo further give this rumor credibility, and an appearance in the Echo show is highly likely. Kingpin could be the big bad of the series, along with Madame Mask, a character from the comics that serves as Kate Bishop's arch enemy, who I think we might see right here in the trailer. So guys, that is all we have to say about Hawkeye for now. Unlike many other MCU projects, there is still a lot that we don't know. No Way Home. And if we did miss anything, please make sure to leave it in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss a future video. To all our current subscribers, we thank you as always as you make these videos possible. Stay tuned as we will be covering Hawkeye as it airs, as well as all of your future nerdy content. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.